In a fluorescent-lit American classroom, a black teenager from South Africa sat invisible, until her teacher's sneer turned her voice into a target. Nia Dlamini, 16, daughter of immigrants, carried dignity in her silence while cruelty wrapped itself in authority. Laughter rippled, unfair and sharp. But when cornered, she rose, not to defend, but to astonish. Could one girl's words topple a man's prejudice? The scrape of her chair echoed, and the room held its breath. The classroom at Jefferson High fell silent. Mr. Carter, a history teacher with slick-back hair and a smug grin, paced in front of the chalkboard. His voice dripped with disdain as he locked eyes on a girl seated near the back. "Speak up, Nia. Or maybe you can't," he sneered. "Your English still sounds broken. Maybe in South Africa they let that slide, but here in America, this is a real classroom." A ripple of laughter spread among some students. Others shifted uncomfortably, eyes darting between the teacher and the girl. Nia Dlamini, 16, black, daughter of South African immigrants, kept her hands folded tightly on her desk. Her accent was soft, touched by rhythms of her home. And it had just made her a target. Nia felt her chest tighten. Every day it was the same, little digs, snide remarks, her accent turned into a weapon against her. "Answer the question," Carter pressed, leaning forward. "Or are you too slow to keep up?" A boy near the window whispered, "Just ignore him." But Nia's eyes lifted, steady and calm. She spoke, answering the question in perfect English, clear, precise, unshaken. But Carter waved his hand dismissively. "Anyone can memorize lines. You'll never get far here if you can't even sound American." Gasps rose from the room. One girl muttered, "That's racist," but the teacher silenced her with a glare. And then came the spark. Nia slowly stood, her chair scraping against the tile. For the first time, her voice carried not hesitation, but fire. "You think English is the measure of intelligence? Do you know how many languages I grew up hearing?" Carter rolled his eyes. "One's too many for you." The class waited. Nia inhaled deeply, then began. First in Isizulu, her words sharp, powerful, cutting through the air like drums in the distance. Then in Xhosa, her tongue clicking in rhythmic patterns, drawing audible gasps from students who'd never heard such sounds before. Without pausing, she flowed into Afrikaans, her tone suddenly clipped and European. 3 languages down. She wasn't finished. Spanish, French, German, languages her South African community valued, that she'd picked up like second nature. Each switch stunned her classmates further. Finally, she ended in perfect English. 11 official languages, Mr. Carter. I didn't grow up limited. I grew up multiplied. The classroom was silent. Even the clock ticking overhead seemed to pause. Carter's face flushed crimson. His smirk had vanished, replaced with a tight, trembling jaw. The silence broke with a single clap. Then another. Within seconds, the classroom erupted in applause, students rising to their feet. Phones came out, recording, sharing, immortalizing the moment. "Yo, she just spoke like 10 languages," a boy shouted. Another whispered, "That's insane. I didn't even know South Africa had that many." Carter snapped, "Sit down." Phones away, but no one listened. His authority had cracked, his cruelty exposed. Nia stood tall, shoulders squared. For the first time, she felt seen, not as the foreign girl with an accent, but as a force. As the noise settled, Nia turned back toward Carter, her gaze unshakable. "In South Africa, we learn to live with diversity. 11 languages. 11 ways to connect. Here in America, maybe you should learn the same lesson. Respect doesn't come from mocking someone's voice. It comes from listening." She sat down calmly, her voice still echoing in the stunned room. The video of that moment would spread online within hours, sparking debates across the country. But for Nia, it wasn't about going viral. It was about one truth. Accent is not weakness. Accent is proof of survival, of heritage, of strength.